Has this ever happened to you? You're in your fucking epic 2007 core bedroom watching Family Guy and Adult Swim because it's all you have left and the walls are closing in, when suddenly, out of nowhere, when you're least expecting, when you're the most engaged in the plot of the episode, the worst possible thing that could possibly ever happen happens. It goes to commercials. Yeah, remember commercials? If you're a bald, broke, stupid, destitute, broke, bald idiot who doesn't have YouTube Premium or some sort of Ruth Goldberg machine that blocks ads, you most likely saw one right before this video started. And I bet it was terrible. You probably muted the TV and started scrolling on your phone and are only just now realizing the video started. Now, of course, if it were really up to me, there'd be like 58 ads in front of the video because the more ads you watch, the more money I get. Anyway, the point is, ads suck and we all hate them. Ads subtract our lives, multiply our urge to die, and divide our attention away from more important things like what Peter Griffin and his friends are up to. Like most things, ads have only been getting worse in the last 10 to 15 years, which coincidentally means they were at their best in the 2000s, when I was like 7. Crazy how that keeps happening. Ads have changed. They've gotten not only really bland, soulless, and benign, but they've also become incredibly prevalent and invasive in recent years. Now I know what you're gonna say, it's just nostalgia. If you could actually go back to 2005, you'd realize ads were always exactly this bad and unremarkable. Well, guess what? There actually are archives of full TV blocks uploaded online, probably illegally, from 2005 that we can go back and look at, and I did, and the results I found were bleak. I did a direct comparison of the same episode of American Dad, Season 1, Episode 6, Homeland Insecurity, on an archive of Adult Swim from 2005 versus Hulu today in 2025. On Adult Swim, there is one ad break, 4 minutes long. If you don't count the bumpers, 3 minutes and 15 seconds long, and that's it. The whole episode, ads and all, takes 25 minutes, 45 seconds. A nice 4-minute chunk. You can get up, take a piss, make some popcorn, grab your laundry, whatever you need to do. On Hulu, there were 4 ad breaks. Now, I'm just going to throw this chart on screen in case you want to see the full breakdown and all the notes I made. But the important part is 15 total ads spread across a total of 5 minutes and 46 seconds in 4 distinct ad breaks. That is an extra minute and 46 seconds of ads, or an extra 2 minutes 31 seconds if you just count Adult Swim's pure 3 minute 15 seconds of ads. And instead of getting it all over with in one 4-minute chunk, they are instead 4 doses of them awkwardly jammed into episodes, completely fucking up the flow of the show. And these breaks are all just under 2 minutes. They're all roughly 1 minute 45 seconds long, which isn't, it's like, if you're fast, it's enough time to take a piss. It's not enough time to make popcorn. You'd probably be running to grab your laundry. You're probably gonna have to tell whoever you're watching it with to pause it if I don't get back in time. Or if you're watching it alone, you're just gonna have to pause the ad if you know you're not gonna be done in a minute 40 seconds. And that sucks. And if you happen to get one of those choose your ad experience pieces of shit, I think that adds even more time because they give you like, I want to say 15 seconds to choose your ad. I hate those so much because, like, that's not my job. You choose the ad, Hulu. They're inhumane. Every time I get one of those ads, I hope and I pray that like a 50-foot by 50-foot tungsten cube just falls on whoever thought of that. Like, that's so fucked up to do to people. Me choose the ad? What? That's literally pick your poison. They're literally telling me pick your poison. It's so fucked up. Did you know there's actually more slavery in the world today than any time prior in human history? But like I was saying, it's not just the invasiveness and disrespectful quantity of ads, it's also the quality of the ads themselves. Like insult to injury. Ads have changed, we all know this. When was the last time you saw an ad that didn't kinda piss you off? Or how about this? When was the last time you got an ad for something that wasn't insurance, prescription drugs, or laundry detergent? Or an obvious AI doctor asking if you want to piss harder?
Yes, by using just the peel of a tomato and 2 secret ingredients you have in your kitchen, it's possible to fully empty the bladder and urinate again with the same strong stream you had in your 20s. Like a fire hose.
Can you think of a recent commercial that you remember at all or that you wouldn't mind seeing again? What's the modern freecreditreport.com band or the latest goofy as seen on TV product? It's been so long since I've seen a black and white clip of someone completely fucking up their lives doing a basic task in a hilarious fashion. We're losing recipes. In the 2000s, ads were loud, they were crazy. Billy Mays snorted a line of OxyClean, then blew out your speakers screaming about a device to cook 5 hamburgers at once. It was a wild time. A better time. Look, ads suck, they always have, and they always will. Anything that gets in between me and King of the Hill is bad. But when I rewatch those compilations of classic, nostalgic 2000s commercials, I notice something. They're kind of fun, they're creative, there's a vision, a concept, there's cinematography and bright colors. There's some artistic identity hidden in there. They're not all trying to be funny, only some were, and some actually were. Like that Skittles Touch ad where the guy kills everyone he meets by turning them into Skittles.
I met a man on the bus today. I shook his hand. He'll never see his family again.
Hilarious. Ads used to really be something. Apple might have only been trying to sell an iPod, but the campaign they used to do it practically defined an era. This is bold, this is striking, this is awesome. Now the newest iPhone commercials are about using AI to erase your mom or grandma, who loves you, by the way, from your photos like you're Stalin. Hey, how about you use AI to get a better haircut, fucking loser? Lord Farquaad ass looking bitch.
Love.
Apple actually only does evil commercials now about how you can use AI to wrong your friends and family by being an inconsiderate, lazy dickhead. I'm telling you, commercials used to be better than this. Esurance used to have this mascot named Aaron Esurance. God damn. God damn! But everyone drew way too much Rule 34 pornography of her, so they killed her, but it was fun. We had fun. And once upon a time, Flo from Progressive, she was a bad bitch. She was a bad bitch. But they'll be doing commercials with her coffin before they let her retire. Look at this Tech Deck ad from 2002. Imagine seeing this on the TV today. Wouldn't that be awesome? They'd kill you if you tried to make a commercial this cool again today. They just don't let you do this, and I don't know why. You can hate on the PS3 baby doll commercial all you want, but that shit took balls and actually had some merit as a piece of art. Like, you can interpret this shit, even if ultimately the point is buy a PS3 for $700, you pig. You can also hate on it's like a nut you can play outside.
Yeah! It's a nut you can play with outside!
PSP. It's like a nut you can play with outside.
But it's also 20 years later, and thanks to this commercial, we're talking about PSP, so I think that was kind of the point. It's an ad that, for better or worse, you do remember. Same thing goes for the Quiznos subs guys, even though they were scary and stupid.
We love these subs! 'Cause they are good to us!
They should bring back the Chia Pet ads. There's a ton of new Chia Pets. They got Ice Spice and Bernie Sanders and Cthulhu Chia Pets, and you probably didn't know because they're not running commercials for them like they used to. I would actually be delighted to hear during an ad break. Or what about those fucked up evil Pop-Tart ads where they're being hunted and eaten alive and they're like scared and screaming? Run those back. In fact, while we're at it, put Zoo Books back in rotation. I need another chance to get that tiger poster. I didn't need Zoo Books when I was 7, but I do now. My mailbox is always full of bills and shit. I'd be happy as hell to see Zoo Books in my mailbox. Start running as seen on TV scams again too. I'm stupid as hell, I'll buy them. If you could trick me into thinking Fushigi was magic when I was like 9, you could probably do it again. I would jump for joy if I heard Vince Offer's wonderful voice cascade through my speakers again to give me one of his iconic coked up sales pitches for cheap garbage.
This tuna looks boring. Stop having a boring tuna. Stop having a boring life.
Wow, I do feel like a huge bitch for not having Slapchop. I have ShamWow though. The ad ecosystem was rich and diverse. You had your jingles, your as seen on TVs, that Shirley Temple DVD collection for all the 115-year-olds watching Cartoon Network at 1 p.m. Sometimes the commercials were just as good as the shows themselves. The Goldfish crackers had lore and characters and storylines. This shit had seasons. So did the Applejacks guys. I mean, I love these commercials. They were all like stop motion or something. And who could forget when Apple and Cinnamon fused together on some Vegito shit to bring us the delicious taste of Applejacks? Little tangent, but have you seen the new Apple and Cinnamon redesigns? Now look, I'm not a violent man, but that is clip art. Here I come, I am Cinnamon. What caused this shift from ads being innocuous and cute to dreadful and soulless? It's all the internet's fault, obviously. Did you think it was gonna be something else? Advertising ruined the internet, and the internet ruined advertising. And also most things, but that's neither here nor there. The 5-second skip ad button meant that advertisers had 5 seconds to sell you on their product before it was back to smosh. Without a captive audience, they had to switch up their styles. And then the TikTok and Instagram Reels and the scroll feeds came, and they only had as long as it takes for you to realize you're watching an ad and not a Chinese man get run over by a 1970s truck. Mark Zuckerberg has cooked up a crazy algorithm. That Instagram Reels is madness. Thanks to the death of the monoculture, nobody has cable TV anymore, and everyone kind of just watches different multi-millionaire streamers and podcasters do monotone ad reads for gambling websites and dick pills. In another 15 years, the next gay twink who usurps my place will be doing a video essay titled "Gambling and Dick Pill Ad Reads Have Gotten Worse." And he'll be right. There really is no longer the same shared cultural experience of everyone watching the same commercials and everybody knowing the same commercials. Capri Sun Disrespectoids had the whole elementary school lunchroom looking at your juice pouch like it was a live grenade. When that Danimals Crush Cup commercial hit the scene, everyone was doing this. I think ads on social media and YouTube are just gonna be shit always and forever, especially if there's a skip button right there. You're not getting much good out of 5 seconds, and you're gonna get even worse out of endless scroll feeds. It's kind of a reversion back to the original days of like magazine and newspaper advertising, where it's just a picture of a doctor giving a thumbs up and saying, "Smoke up." You've got an extremely narrow window of time to explain your product and make the audience want it. You can't do a Reese's Puffs wrap or a Campbell's rolling soup can. So naturally it's going to get more generic as the opportunity to create a new iconic ad just isn't there. The Grubhub delivery dance tried and you all lost your mind. They had to lay off over 54,000 employees when that commercial flopped. Actions have consequences, alright? Streaming services are working around the clock to reinvent cable. Most services run ads even if you pay for them now, but that only further begs the question of why we can't have the same diverse and creative world of commercials we once had, because it's not all algorithm feeds and 5-second skip buttons. Long-form unskippable ads still exist and can still be big and creative and fun and diverse, but they aren't. My personal theory is that before the internet, there were more creative people with no other options than to go into marketing because the barrier of entry to make a Skechers commercial was so much lower than the barrier to make a TV show or a movie. And that's how you got sick shit like this Stride X Power Pad commercial where it flies around and someone skateboards over it. Anyway, now all the creative people are making ambient jungle and PS1 graphics indie games, so nobody's around to make a dope-ass commercial for Red Lobster. Maybe they gotta start getting these guys to make PS1 style ads for Crest toothpaste, I don't know. Why the fuck not? Taco Bell hired a Naughty Moose to make a ad for them in Source Filmmaker once. It's been done. We live in a genuinely unprecedented age of talent, and it breaks my heart that these young kids bursting with bright ideas aren't being given the opportunity to sell out and ball out on a budget. And instead they have to make ends meet by drawing clown inflation fart porn, which paradoxically might be the reason they're not getting professional work, because their resume is all clown inflation fart fetish porn. What a vicious cycle. Anyway, that's all I got, goddammit. I gotta get back to watching Family Guy and cranking off to Aaron Esurance Rule 34. So see ya!